Hello everyone, I welcome you all on this YouTube channel, the UPSC TV by RS, and here I am going to present the Hindu analysis dated 21st July 2020 for your public administration optional for UPSC civil services examination. So as you know that we are covering this thing on the daily basis right from the beginning of the month of July. All the analysis, all the days when Hindu articles are relevant for PubEd have been covered by me on this YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Go to the playlist section. In that section you will get the July month playlist, and you will be able to link the current affairs with your public administration optional in a very simple and holistic and comprehensive manner, where I am linking all the thinkers, theories, and whatever is relevant. I am trying to cover all the things, and soon I am going to launch the public administration current affair magazine as well, where you will get the comprehensive coverage of the current affairs, just like the you can say the popular GS magazines that are there in the market. The public administration optional magazine will also be available, and you can join the Telegram group in order to get the information with respect to my upcoming initiatives and other things. Okay, so the link for the Telegram group is given in the description box below, or you can simply go there and you can type PubEdpedia, Wikipedia. Just like Wikipedia, we have PubEdpedia. Okay, PubEdpedia official. Okay, so now let's get started without wasting a bit of time. So here the Hindu dated July 21, 2020. So let's begin with the important news article. So the minor news article that you should be thorough with is this only: expand panel probing Dubey this Dubey death, SC tells UP. So basically the encounter case was there. We have covered this encounter holistically. We have covered the 16 guidelines by Supreme Court and the guidelines by NHRC in one of the previous analysis. So you can just watch the previous videos in order to get this thing. We have covered this thing. We have linked this thing with the Taylor's standard operating procedure and other aspects, rule of law, constitutionalism, etc. So either you can go for the previous analysis or you can wait for the magazine as well. Okay, there are two options now. So this is there. Okay, so here basically what happened, that Supreme Court is telling the UP government that please expand the panel which is proving this particular encounter, this death. Okay, so they are saying that please include former judge and ex DGP in this, you can say, panel. Okay, in order to make it more, you can say, unbiased, more independent. And you must be knowing about this thing, that independent panel probe is very necessary when it comes to any kind of investigation. Not only this investigation, this is the general phenomena, third party investigation, independent investigation. So in that sense you can just understand, just link this article with that, you can say, news analysis of encounter. Apart from that, here we have this one more article: government told to reply to Bachpan Bachao Andolan's plea. So here you can just remember Bachpan Bachao Andolan and all those nitty-gritties, because these things are relevant for your, you can say, you have to quote some examples when it comes to civil society organization, when it comes to this NGOs and NGOs, etc. So some case study should be ready, so you can just use these kind of Bachpan Bachao Andolan initiatives. Okay, so this is there. And apart from that, if you just scroll down the most important news article, there are two articles that are very important today. So here the first one is the rule of mob lynching points, this lynchings point to a breakdown of the rule of law in several states. So basically there is some context, you can read the context by your own, what is happening and what is not. So here this article, this you can say side article, it is talking about mob lynching. And if you are thorough with the current affairs, and if you are just, you can say, thorough with the society, what is happening, so you must be knowing about this mob lynching. There are Supreme Court guidelines, there is the Manipur law that was there in the news in the previous months only. So because of all this context, in law and order administration, in two previous videos, I told you in law and order administration, if you look at this specific topic of your paper 2 of public administration optional, अगर आप इसको देखोगे law and order को, so there are 2 to 3 hot topics that we have covered earlier as well, and today also we are going to cover one of them. Okay, one is riots. Okay, riot is something that we have covered in a very holistic manner by incorporating the second ARCs. You can say there is one specific chapter, I guess 5th chapter was there. We have covered this entire chapter in the light of the Delhi riots. Okay, so under public order management we have covered that thing in a very comprehensive manner. This is one expected question that UPSC might ask, because UPSC has not you can say not gone in the details of riots and all, and second ARC has also the recommendation of public order management, so that's why it becomes important. The second thing is encounter. Again, this is in limelight because of be it Hyderabad encounter, or you can say the recent Vikas Dubey encounter. So because of this thing, here you will get that this is the second expected area of law and order administration for your upcoming examination. The third is mob lynching. Okay, mob lynching is something where also you might get the question because of the, you can say, current relevance of this topic. There are many mob lynchings and all, so, and Supreme Court guidelines in all these cases, here you will get second ARC, here you will get Supreme Court guidelines, here again you will get the Supreme Court guidelines in Tehseen S Poonawalla case. Okay, so Tehseen S Poonawalla case was there. Okay, and apart from that, Manipur law is also there. So in this backdrop, let's cover this thing. Let's cover mob lynching in a detailed manner in order to cover our law and order administration, because mob lynching is something that is very contemporary issue, current issue. Okay, so let's cover this thing. So for reference perspective, I am going to this website, Insights IAS. So here this is the this is the kind of article by Insights editor on 5th June 2020. Okay, so let's cover this thing. So law against mob lynching. So I am using this Insights for the perspective of the reference. Okay, so you can also visit the websites and other things, and these things are very helpful for your preparation. Okay, बहुत अच्छे से कवर किया है, so यहीं से कवर करते हैं. Okay, so here context, a pan northeast legal group has there was a kind of you can say demand to make a law to deal specifically with mob lynching, and in this context this article was covered. So here first of all you have to understand how are these cases handled. Okay, what are the provisions with respect to the handling of the cases of mob lynching. So as of now there is no separate definition. For example, we have covered encounter. So in encounter also there is no specific provision called encounter कि हाँ encounter ठोक दो वहीं पे, है ना, तो वो वाला कुछ ऐसा है नहीं. ठीक है, लॉ में नहीं है. encounter is something that is coming from the general, you can say, IPC section of self defense. Okay, so self defense is something that is given to everyone, you, me, and police as well. So in self defense they can kill anyone. Okay, they can kill, and proportional, you can say, perspective and all those things are there. So there is no specific provision of encounter. Okay, similarly there is no separate definition of you can say incident, no separate definition in, you can say, IPC or something like that. Okay, there is no specific provision in IPC, CRPC that what is mob lynching, what is lynching and all. So there is no separate definition, there is no separate, you can say, law or something like that. Here what you will get, that lynching incidents can be dealt with under the section 300 and 302 of IPC. So 302 is the section related to murder. So this is equivalent to murder, and this is the place where problem lies, because here individual, you can say, crime is taken into perspective by the law, and collective crime is nothing, is, you can say, it is something that is missing. Collective crime is missing. Individual crime is something that is personal, you can say, crime is something that is there. Okay, so this is something that you have to understand, that individual perspective is being taken care of, but collective is something that is not incorporated in the law. And you can use this thing is, and in one of the example of the IPC reform, because recently government has set up all these, you can say, panel and all insofar as the criminal reforms are concerned. Okay, and if you just type IPC reforms for public administration, you will get a separate video by me on IPC reform, that what is the need and how different administrative thinkers talk about reform, administrative reforms. So we have covered that thing. So kindly do this exercise, kindly search it for the, you can say, for this thing. And this is the section which you can use as the example as well, that in mob lynching we do not have the provision, so that's why we need these kind of reforms. We have covered this thing, that criminal jurisprudence and all those things needs to be taken care of, so you can write in that context. Okay, so let's come back to our topic. Section 302 provides that whoever commits murder shall be punished with death or imprisonment for life, and shall have to be liable to the fine. Okay, so all these things are there. 302 you can just relate. And apart from that, murder offense is cognizable, non-bailable and non-compoundable. What is the meaning of these three terms? You must be knowing about this thing. Cognizable basically means that without warrant police can arrest. Cognizable comes from cognizance, taking the cognizance of this issue. So they can by taking the cognizance without any warrant, this is something that you can understand. Okay, that they can take the issue into cognizance without any arrest warrant, they can arrest anyone. Okay, so cognizable, so it is cognizable offense. It is non-bailable, so for bail or something like that, you can say officer would not be able to give the bail. For bail, court should come into picture. Okay, so that's why it is called as non-bailable offense. And then the third thing is non-compoundable. Non-compoundable basically means that you can say party cannot, you can say there cannot be a kind of negotiation outside the, you can say, court or something like that. So this is something that you should understand. Non-compoundable is something which you can link over here. Okay, so these are the things that you can link, because here you will find that criminal case or murder or something like that, these are the, you can say, crime against, you can say, these are the crimes, or these are something that are criminal offense. In criminal offense, state becomes party. In civil offense, you can say individuals are party. For example, let's say domestic violence. So in these kind of things, let's say domestic violence, so state is not the party, and because state is not the party, you will get that government would focus more on, you can say, negotiation, arbitration and all those things. That's why we have family court and all. Okay, so this is something that you should understand, and that's why government or the state itself does not want that domestic issues should go into court, because ultimately they can be resolved. Okay, that's why family courts are there कि हाँ ये, क्योंकि अगर judges के अगर इनके पास जाएगा, for example, if the issue will go, if family issue or the civil issue or domestic violence, if these, you can say, minor issue would go to the courts, and lawyers will, you can say, drag that issue, वो उसको और ज़्यादा खींचेंगे, they will stretch that issue and they will make it more complicated. So that's why if you just go to the, if you just analyze the how judiciary work or how district judiciary works, you will find that there is a separate, you can say, a specialist, you can say, family courts are there. Okay, for these kind of disputes. So in these things, compoundableness is there. Okay, compoundable, they are compoundable, but here murder etc., these are non-compoundable, because these are something where, you can say, where state is the party. Okay, in civil cases the state is not the party, only the parties are the party. Okay, I hope you are getting, just try to understand this. Apart from that, what is meant by lynching? So any act or the series of the any act, any one act or series of acts of violence or aiding, abetting such acts thereof, whether spontaneous or planned by a mob. Okay, so you can just understand that act of violence, one act, series of act, which basically abetting or aiding or encouraging all these things, and these things should be planned by mob. This is definition. Okay, mob should be there on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, language, dietary practices, sexual orientation, political affiliation, ethnicity, etc. So on these ground, if a mob is there, okay, because of race, religion, caste, sex, place of birth, language, orientation, etc., and etc., because of these things, if a group of people, a mob is coming, and if this mob is using or abating, aiding, encouraging any act of, you can say, spontaneous or planned any act of violence, okay, so mob should be there. So what are the components? You can say some certain, you can say, ground are there, race, religion, caste, sex, dietary practices, whatever. Certain mob will come and violence will be there. So these are the three components of mob lynching. And then obviously if we are talking about lynching, then you can just link it with article 302 as well, the kind of violence or something like that. Okay, so this is there. And apart from that, if you just scroll down it further, you will find Supreme Court guidelines. These things are very important. Supreme Court guidelines in Tehseen S Poonawalla case, Supreme Court gave these guidelines. Okay, so what are these guidelines by Supreme Court? So you have to remember this thing. For example, in encounter also 16 guidelines were there. Here also we have some Supreme Court guidelines. What was the name of the case? Tehseen, Tehseen, Tehseen S Poonawalla. Okay, so in this particular case, Supreme Court gave certain, you can say, guidelines insofar as mob lynching is concerned. The first thing is separate offense for mob lynching, and the trial court must ordinarily award maximum sentence upon conviction of the accused person to set stern example. Okay, so there should be the kind of separate offense for lynching. This is first thing. Okay, we have covered this thing now, that separate offense is not there. Only, you can say, if let's say lynching has been done and particular person is you can say is accused of you can say lynching and all, so first of all, you can say they will be booked under 301, 302. Okay, so this is the problem, there is no separate offense. So here Supreme Court guideline is saying that bring the separate, you can say separate offense for lynching, and the trial court must ordinarily award, and maximum sentence should be there. Okay, क्योंकि mob lynching थोड़ा और ज़्यादा ही वैसा है ना, तो इस वजह से do this thing, because it is creating not only murder सिर्फ नहीं है, murder से तो कुछ नहीं होता, लेकिन murder मतलब murder is a issue, but murder is a kind of individual perspective, but here collective, you can say, thing is there. It is creating the anarchy in the society. Murder is something that will create anarchy in a specific, you can say, area, or you can say certain personal regions are there, but this has the greater repercussions. Okay, that's why Supreme Court is saying this thing, that they should set the stern example. Okay, apart from that, the state government will have to designate a senior police officer, very important. So there should be the senior police officer in each district. Okay, in each district there should be the separate police officer. The state government needs to identify district, subdivision and village where instances of lynching and mob lynching have been reported in the recent past. Okay, just like second ARC, if you look at the public order management chapter of second ARC that we have covered some days back in the context of riot, similar recommendations were given there as well, that there should be the intelligence gathering, and you can say in the groups that are, you can say, that the you can say highlighted groups, highlighted individuals, or you can say highlighted hot spots, these needs to be identified in the proactive manner. Here also the guideline on mob lynching is talking about the similar kind of thing. Okay, so you can use what you can do, smart study tarika, what you can do, public order management ki wo recommendation that we have covered. Okay, like pre riot, during riot, you can say when riot is apprehended, second stage, during riot, and fourth thing is after riot. All those things that we have covered in the form of diagram, you can use those same points while writing about mob lynching. Okay, कि हाँ मॉब लिंचिंग जब नहीं हो नॉर्मल टाइम में व्हाट वी कैन डू, एंड आफ्टर मॉब लिंचिंग व्हाट वी कैन डू, एंड how we can make it more, you can say, effective and efficient. How can we do this kind of thing? Okay, so on that line only you can write those points as well. Don't write second ARC says this thing on mob lynching, simply write this thing, that guidelines. If you are talking about SC guideline, then you can write these specific things one by one. Okay, and the nodal officers shall bring in notice of the DGP about the interstate coordination issues for devising a strategy on lynching. And also DGP, as you know, the highest you can say police personnel in the state, so they should bring the thing in the notice of DGP about the interstate coordination issues. Interstate coordination issues are important, are there. Okay, for example, Vikas Dubey, okay, he was there in UP, and he caught, police caught him in MP. okay, और सपोज वो यहाँ से बगल में नेपाल चला जाता तो फिर क्या होता, फिर और बड़ा इशू हो जाता. ओके, बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स, बिकॉज कोऑर्डिनेशन इज वेरी नेसेसरी. ओके, इंटर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोऑर्डिनेशन, इंटर स्टेट. सो हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द इशूज एंड ऑल विद रेस्पेक्ट टू इंटर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोऑर्डिनेशन, बिकॉज यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड स्मॉल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स. ओके, वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन, this is not the scheme कि हाँ one district one product phenomena, you cannot do this thing. Okay, that's why every police officer shall ensure to disperse the mob. Okay, so this is the thing, that whenever a mob is there, so police officers shall ensure to disperse the mob that has the tendency to cause certain kind of things, and central and the state government shall broadcast on radio, television and other media platforms about the serious consequences of mob lynching. Okay, awareness should be there. Awareness is not only about awareness of you can say Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana or whatever. It goes on other things as well. So there should be the awareness that अगर करोगे कुछ ऐसा तो ऐसा ऐसा भुगतोगे. Okay, so there is a kind of warning awareness. Warning should be there. Okay, apart from that, despite the measures taken by the state police, and if it comes to the notice of the local police that an incident of lynching or mob violence has taken place, the jurisdictional police station shall immediately lodge an FIR. So lodge of FIR, because this is also an issue. Okay, we have covered it in the second ARC as well. If we have not covered in public order management, in general it is given in second ARC. We will cover some other day that FIR, you can say there is a kind of reluctance to file an FIR. Okay, this is the issue as well. Okay, so there should be the immediate lodge an FIR. Apart from that, the state government shall use the lynching mob violence victim compensation scheme, the you can say the light of the provision of section 357A. This is very important to remember, that here the court is also talking about victim compensation service, victim compensation scheme. There should be the compensation to victim. Okay, and this compensation scheme is already there. Supreme Court is not saying कि हाँ ऐसा बनाओ. Supreme Court is saying that expand the provision of victim compensation scheme and to support the victims of this mob lynching etc. This is already there in section 357A of CRPC, and Supreme Court is simply saying that within 1 month from the date of this judgment, this state government should prepare a lynching victim compensation. Okay, so just incorporate lynching as a, you can say, prefix of this victim compensation scheme. Apart from that, if a police officer is of district administration fails to fulfill the duty, this should be considered as the act of deliberate intelligence. Okay, act of deliberate negligence, not intelligence, this is the opposite thing, negligence. The act of, this is something that you can link with your, you can say, we have covered this thing in the previous analysis as well. For example, Peter Drucker was talking about this thing, that public agencies and individuals that are working, they are not, you can say, taking their responsibility. Okay, similarly neo-Taylorism etc. Neo-Taylorism talks about you can say these kind of things, that there should be the personal responsibility on the part of the, you can say, bureaucrat or something like that, in order to make it more effective and efficient. So same phenomena is being highlighted over here. So just try to remember these points. So first we have covered the separation of offense, we have covered this state nodal officer, we have covered this thing that this should be the act of this should be declared as the act of deliberate negligence, and there should be the proper broadcast awareness generation. Every police officer should ensure and disperse the mob. Nodal officer we have covered. Mob lynching, victim compensation, and lodging and FIR. So all these things are the important aspects that we have to understand. And what is the need of the hour? So we have covered these things, and recently in this regard Manipur law was in the news. Okay, Manipur law and West Bengal, and you can just remember government passed a bill against lynching in August 2019. West Bengal to come up with the stringent provision, and here in Rajasthan August 2019, before that Manipur. So Manipur, Rajasthan, West Bengal, these are the things. And what center can do, center can basically bring the kind of punitive action to be against the police officer. This is something that the center can do. And compensation scheme and all those things, center should basically follow the Supreme Court guideline. Okay, so this is all about the law against mob lynching. You should be thorough with these 9 guidelines of the Supreme Court, just like 16 guideline of encounter. These 9 guidelines are important. You should be thorough with 4 to 5 to 6 guideline that you can quote in your examination if at all the question from this topic have been asked. And then you can talk about the Manipur law. Manipur law is nothing but you can say the provision of this Manipur law are, you can say, very similar to the Supreme Court guidelines that we have covered in this article only. Okay, so here you will get the things like definition of mob lynching, then nodal officer for each district, we have covered this thing. Okay, apart from that, crime and direction of duty of police official. Okay, so removes the protection from the, you can say, public official. Okay, so all the hate, we have covered this thing now. And apart from that, arrangements for the victim protection, witness and witness protection is there, and victim protection is there, witness compensation is there, at the same time witness protection is also there. Okay, so for example, recently this witness protection scheme was you can say was basically propounded by Supreme Court of India. Okay, so this is also there. Apart from that, formulate a scheme for the relief camp rehabilitation, and inspired by this, Rajasthan and West Bengal have also formulated the things. Okay, so just try to understand. So this is the entire crux. This we have taken from Drishti, and the main crux we have covered from Insights. Okay, so you can refer these platforms by your own as well. And this is it for this particular news article. Apart from that, there is one more article, as you can see over here, big reforms on the wrong track. So here the writer is basically criticizing the move of the government to basically privatize the Indian Railways. Okay, so you must be knowing about the context. I am not here to delineate the context and all, because we have covered this thing in the previous analysis as well. Here we are not covering pros, we are covering cons. In the previous thing we have in the previous analysis we have covered pros etc of privatization by linking with Peter Drucker, by linking with NPM, by linking with PCA, by linking with, you can say, other ideas like Taylorism and all those principle of exception etc. In cons also we have covered different things. Okay, so here you will get certain points. 2 points are also there that you can write in cons. Okay, जो आपने पहले से notes बनाए हैं, wherever you are making the notes, whatever the place, wherever you are making the notes, just incorporate these 2 points also. First of all, writer is talking on many things, but for PubEd optional you have 2 points that you can add in the existing notes. Okay, the first is fiscal this fixing responsibility. So fixing of responsibility is not possible, because here you can link this thing, fixing responsibility, with the Gulick and Urvik. Gulick and Urvik, they were, you can say, against the phenomena called committees. Okay, because they were of the view that committee, or you can say the commission committees, 5-member committee, 6-member committee, this creates problem, because everyone's responsibility is no one's responsibility, and it is a kind of body, the soul that cannot be kicked, and it is a kind of body that cannot be kicked, or soul cannot be disturbed, or something like that. The one quote is there. Okay, you can simply read in your Prasad and Prasad. Gulick and Urvik, they were critical of the committee, because committee and all brings the responsibility will be under threat. Okay, so for example, let's say 5 people are there in a committee, so you cannot held one person accountable, because first will say that second was responsible, second will say the third was responsible, and third will say the fourth was responsible, and you will keep on revolving from one place to another. Okay, that's why what you will find that whenever you would become the district magistrate, IAS officer, or you can say bureaucrat or IPS, whatever, so the first thing that you will find in all these individuals, they have the power, to held one person accountable. Okay, वो किसी को भी बोल देते हैं that this is something that I need in 24 hours, and the person will say that but this is not my jurisdiction. So you would say that I don't know whoever is responsible, but this is your personal, you can say, accountability. I will ask the question to you only, तुम्हारा मतलब हो या ना हो. So that kind of strictness is required, because committee brings inefficiency. And here also this is all about Gulick and Urbeck, but here you can link with fixing responsibility, because what is happening, that public sector is also there. Okay, you can say infrastructure and all those things are owned by the public sector. Here you can see, in case an unfortunate event, let's say accident took place, who would be the accountable, who would be the, you can say, a responsible person, because public sector would say that private coach तो private ने बनाए थे, that coach was formed by private sector because of privatization, and private will say that we are not 100% responsible, because we are only making we are operating these things, but these things are owned by the government itself. Okay, so here writer is talking about this thing. So in this way, this is the kind of, you can say, problem of responsibility, fixing responsibility. The second point, other points are also there. For example, writer is talking about speed and changes. This is not relevant for your PubEd, but in general you should know that speed and all these efficiency, okay, you can link like this itself. Efficiency needs to be reduced, it needs to be increased. Okay, 160 km/h speed is the aim of the government, that's why they are privatizing. But the thing is that this is a kind of knee-jerk reaction. Why? Because if you want this 160 km/h, you have to focus on the, you can say, infrastructure. Okay, that railway track, the curbs on the railway tracks should not be there. Okay, they should be straight, and apart from that, fencing should be there in the populated areas. Okay, so in order to prevent the accidents and all. Apart from that, you will find other aspects like you can say proper, you can say, other things. Okay, so these are the things that are not relevant that much, but you can write about these things as well in one context or the another. Apart from that, the second thing I told you, two things. So the second thing, as you can see, if you just scroll up a little further, here we have think IRCTC. So writer is talking in one of the point, writer is also saying that there will be the writer is saying that why the government is thinking for other option. As of now, government is talking about 109 routes and 150 private trains, and there's a kind of private contracts. Okay, private contract. So here government is doing this thing, it is well and good, but why not IRCT? IRCT has the experience already. Okay, so why not IRCT? IRCT has this experience of Tejas as well. Okay, so if government would go for privatization using IRCT, it will create a unity of command. Okay, unity of command is something that if you just look at the, you can say, the principle, the 14th principle of Henry Fayol's 14th principle of administration, unity of command was there. Okay, unity of command is something. Here also we are basically trying to talk about unity of command. Here also unity of command. Okay, one head, unity of command. Okay, so IRCTC can be the option, and this will not you can say compromise. This will not compromise with the unity of command. You can say focus on IRCT would not compromise with this principle called unity of command. But if there are 10, you can say 10 private companies, then this might be the problem, because unity of command is not possible, because there are many, you can say, stakeholders. Okay, this private train by this private train by this private train by this. Okay, so in this context you can talk about unity of command, responsibility and efficiency insofar as the, you can say, cons of negative aspects of privatization are concerned. You can say these are the criticism in one of the previous analysis we have covered this thing, and we have covered the positive aspects of privatization. Today we are covering the negative aspect. If you are making the notes, kindly note this thing, and if you are not making the notes, make sure that you should get the magazine and for PubEd optional that I am going to launch, and that magazine will cover these things in the in a form of table. On pro side you will get all the PubEd oriented things, on the con side also you will cover these things. Okay, so these things will be there in the magazine as well for sure. So please try to incorporate these things, or please try to stay tuned. Okay, so that in order to get the मैगज़ीन इटसेल्फ। ओके, तो आपको अगर मैगज़ीन चाहिए तो आप उसमें भी देख सकते हैं, तो एक साथ ही पूरा ये कंपाइलेशन आपको मिल जाएगा। ओके, सो दिस इज़ इट फॉर द डे। आई होप दिस लेक्चर इज़ हेल्पफुल फॉर यू, एंड आई होप दिस लेक्चर विल हेल्प you in your preparation of UPSC CSE Public Administration optional. Okay, this is it for the day. These are the articles that you have to cover, and this is the comprehensive analysis of PubEd optional, the Hindu analysis, dated 21st July. Okay, thank you so much. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you, bye bye, and take care.